class of 2018's valedictorian, Christian Bukow.
Hello. As Brayden stated, my name is Christian Bukow, the valedictorian of the class of 2018. First and foremost, on behalf of the graduating class, I would like to say thank you to the Lord, our families, our friends, and the teachers, staff, and administrators at Hot Springs School District for providing so much opportunity and motivation to us. Without the encouragement and effort invested in us, we would not be crossing this stage today, and I wouldn't be at this podium talking to you. We are truly grateful. I would also like to extend my congratulations to every single graduating member of our class and acknowledge all of your hard work. If you ask most faculty members who have had the chance to work with us, they describe our class as one that stands out due to our character, talent, leadership, and determination. Some have even described it as a once-in-a-career class. I am truly honored to be representing all of you. Students, but also family, friends, and faculty, if you please, make some noise for the special, amazing group of students that is the class of 2018. So to begin, I'm going to be frank. Writing a valedictory speech is hard. First off, it's one more paper you have to write after everyone else is done with school. And believe me, senioritis is real, my friends. Leftover motivation can be hard to come by. Also, so many valedictory speeches have been given. There are a lot of expectations. You don't want to be too cliche, you don't want to be too serious, you don't want to be too sad, you don't want to be too upbeat, you don't want to, well, you get the idea. Therefore, I will kindly request of you, please, lower all of your expectations for this speech. However, though I had been intimidated by the task at hand for a while now, there came a turning point in how I viewed this speech. In my IB English class this past year, Ms. Redding had the class read a John Donne poem titled, A Valediction Forbidding Warning. If you are anything like me and my classmates, you're thinking, now what the heck is that supposed to mean? Well, basically, she described it as, goodbye, don't cry. While my friends and I thought it was a pretty humorous way to put it, it also got me thinking. If a valediction means to say goodbye, then the valedictorian is not, by definition, the one with the highest GPA who has to give a speech, but the person who says goodbye on behalf of the class. This speech is a farewell. Farewell to our school, but also farewell to our friends, our childhood, and our adolescence, and for many of us, our families. From all of this, we part. After realizing this, I became rather reminiscent of my time spent here. I remembered learning to count to 100 in kindergarten at Park IB Elementary. I remembered going to recess every day and playing games that required only your imagination. I remembered when field day was a thing. I remember joining with all the other schools in the district and making new friends throughout intermediate and middle school. Those good times seem so long ago. Yet, for high school, it feels like yesterday that I was watching then junior running back Cleo Floyd with an 80-yard touchdown run in Lakeside Stadium while I hollered, "That's my boy," from Lakeside stands. Yeah, I got a few dirty looks that day. It also feels like yesterday I was watching Mr. Jackson get crossed up so bad while handling conflict that he actually fell to the floor. I remember about having 3 bomb threats in the span of 3 days. And cheering on our men's soccer and women's basketball teams to 4 combined state championships. Even though I look back on those memories and am saddened that this period of our lives is closing, I am grateful for the lessons I have learned along the way. However, there is one thing above the rest that I feel Hot Springs has taught me. That is to be the best version of yourself. Of course, like most schools, Hot Springs High emphasized well-roundedness in regards to success in both academics as well as extracurriculars. However, a third area was also emphasized, acceptance and treatment of others. At some schools, what you wear, what you look like, who your parents are, or who you associate with or date determines your status in the school. High school comes with a lot of pressure to be cool, and some kids have trouble fitting in due to these factors. But that's something I noticed Hot Springs didn't really have a problem with. It's the place where kids who were socially isolated at schools all across the nation would come and fit right in. It's a place where a student with Down syndrome can sit at a table with students who are regularly voted for homecoming court and nobody bats an eye. A place where you can show up to school in sweatpants every day and no questions are asked. I know from experience. I've noticed that at Hot Springs High, no matter your race, sexuality, or socioeconomic status, you're treated relatively equal. You belong. Hot Springs taught me to treat others with dignity, and this will help me become the best version of myself. As I realized this and thought about it more and more, I had to ask myself, what does the best version of myself actually look like? Personally, I think the best I can be is when I am motivated, curious, humble, caring, honest, faithful, focused, and passionate. But listing out adjectives is too easy. What does that look like in action? Okay, well, in academics, it means I would finish my assignments as early as I could and to the best of my ability. I wouldn't be distracted by everything else in the world. I would learn for the sake of learning rather than simply to pass a test. In my personal life, I would strive for a perfect relationship with God, my family, and my friends. I would value other people's needs over my own. I would work for results, not recognition. I would put forth my best effort in everything I do. Okay, suddenly becoming the best version of myself sounds a lot harder than I originally thought. If you know me, you know I have a lot of room for improvement if I want to accomplish the things I just listed. But I am up to the challenge, and I encourage you, my fellow graduates, to accept this challenge as well. Don't settle for a version of yourself that is simply good enough to get by. Accept only the best. This will push you to constantly pursue excellence in every aspect of your life. I have found this to be a better goal than pursuing success. Other people and society at large will try to define success for you. It can be dangerous to chase the finish line that is set by others. At the last second, it may be moved even further back. Rather, if you focus on simply doing the best you can possibly do, you will find that definition of success easier to achieve. Furthermore, monetary success isn't always the most fulfilling. But if you work to be the best version of yourself in your relationships and personal lives, you will find true happiness. You will also find purpose, as there will always be some part of you that you can improve. The mission for excellence will continually live on, and the fruits of your efforts will be the most rewarding. Now, on the surface, this idea may seem self-centered because you're constantly focusing on making yourself better. But at some point, becoming the best version of yourself means reaching out to others and helping them become their best selves as well. Make others feel loved and lead them to the right path. That is what I learned at Hot Springs, and it's what I call you to act upon in your future. Whether you're attending college, going straight into the workforce or military, or playing saxophone on New Orleans street corner like I will be, use your education for good. Make a positive difference in the world. You don't have to cure cancer or start a nonprofit. Now if you can, that's fantastic. But being the best version of yourself is all anyone can ask for. A lot of times, that just means being a positive influence and example in your day-to-day life. If every single one of us sitting here today strives for that, we will make the world a better place. And with all of the division, selfishness, and negativity swirling around in our culture today, that is something we desperately need. So I encourage you, say your goodbyes and until laters, and make them meaningful. Say goodbye, but don't cry. Rejoice as you reflect on the past and the memories. Then, use the lessons of your past and your education to pursue your future with renewed vigor. Do not accept a version of yourself that is less than your best potential. Embrace personal change and growth, and do not stagnate. Tomorrow, we are being released into the real world. Just remember, in your classrooms, your workplaces, your homes, your communities. Make a positive difference. There you'll find purpose, fulfillment, happiness. But enough about the future. For now, let us live in this moment to celebrate all that we've accomplished. This is no small feat. For 13 years we have struggled together. Now we rejoice together. Class of 2018, we finally made it. Go out, do great things, but more importantly, be great people. And don't forget the community that has supported you throughout all of these years. Congratulations and thank you.
I would have run over.
Dr. Nahus, members of the board, parents, grandparents, guests, and family, it is my pleasure on behalf of the staff to present the graduating class of 2018 of Hot Springs World